take cover. There you go. What the? Breathe. Just breathe. I'm sorry, this was unexpected. But I guess that answers the question of what happened to Zalgalar's servants. Poor sods. Yes, I wasn't prepared, that's all. But I've got it under control, don't worry, I promise. An idealistic count, a remote castle, and a powerful artifact befouled by the High Ones. That's not too far-fetched, wouldn't you agree? We won't be able to get in through the main gate, but there has to be a side entrance. Come on, let's take a look around. Where are you going, Zaira? That is not the right way. Just don't take too long, alright? I'll wait here. No, that won't let us inside. That one looks good if you ask me, but it's locked, isn't it? Who would have guessed that? We should start with the corpses, I think. There has
to be someone. What about Brother Yarber?
Declined. Just like the others. If you would maybe just explain to them what we need those bodies for, they might...
I will not justify myself to those fools. If they only had a trifle of decency, they will see the debt they are in. But, as they wish, there are other ways. Tell the other servants that I do not want to be disturbed for the rest of the evening, and bring me new salve.
The salve. Of course, Master. Walk blessed.
to be someone with a key. Are you alright, Saira? Wait, you mean in a vision? But how? I thought everything you see comes from the Pyrean Age. That would explain why he hired so many hunters from the village. But what did he need all those cadavers for? The angel? Whatever. Let's go search those bodies for a key. Wait, do you hear that? Kirash! Enemies, get ready. Focus, Kalia. Focus. Your vision must have caused this. We should be prepared for resistance now. Come on, let's find that key. I don't want to have to look at this any longer than necessary. Do you have it? Then let's go in. Careful. That was all of them. There. Enemies, get ready. Careful. What a sight. Do you see anything? With your gift, I mean. No, but I suppose Dalgalar's personal quarters would be a good place to start. I guess the big gate over there should lead us there. Let's take a look. Locked, of course. What else would you expect when breaking into someone's house? Let's see. I understand. This is some kind of magic seal, similar to the one the Magisters once showed us in the Scuola. You need to speak the correct words in order to pass. 2 of them, it seems. Well, that's the question. But knowing Dalgalar, I'm sure he chose 2 words that meant something to him. So if we can somehow find out more about him and what he did here, we might have a chance. If not, we'll need to look for another way in. Come, let's take a look at the 2 towers. I think the staircases in this hall might lead us there. This must have been some kind of laboratory. Here we go again. Focus, Kalia. Focus! That was all of them. Let's look around.
Is there a reason why you're hiding, Yulika?
Forgive me, Master. I wanted to talk to you.
Of course you do. What's on your mind?
Forgive my words, but I find certain recent developments disquieting.
Do you?
You've changed, Master. Every day the villagers bring their sick to our gates, but you forbid us to let them in. Instead, you spend every minute with this girl. And the black stone. Haven't you heard the tales? The stones are cursed. Master, you really should...
Go and pack your things, Yulika.
What? Master, I am just worried about you.
I know, and I thank you for it. Now go. Your apprenticeship is over.
But...
Go!
We need to go farther up, Saira. We won't find anything here. Again. And what did you see? Yes, that he did. I guess that's why people just forgot about him eventually. But at least we know now that we're not following a false trail. Come, maybe we can find more upstairs. Huh. Wait. Scientia Sinistra by Ibn Natarim. That was a Kyranian arcanist of the Zimnoza. Getting caught with one of these books is essentially a crime here in Enderal. Seems that Dal Galar needed more than just alchemy and light magic for his angel. Stuffed creatures, even lost ones. I'm not surprised he and the League had their differences. That's not a laboratory, that's a crypt. Birash. Now we know that he didn't just stick to animals, but what is this fluid they're floating in? I see. Do you see that? A crystal, but it's so dull, as if all its energy...
Energy is life, and energy is death. A trifle less, not too much less, just a little. Don't disappoint me, not this time.
Been drawn from it. Maybe that was some kind of experiment for what he planned to do with the black stone? What? But to what end? If this device were some kind of prototype for the angel, what did he hope to use it for? This only gets more confusing. Come, let us look for the second code word. Maybe it's around here somewhere. Anything? It does? Show me. So Delgalar had a daughter. And this Tainisha must have been his companion? His paramour? Yes, but why the heck would cold mountain air be good for a sick child? That's nonsense. He could have just stayed in Ark with his companion. At least now we have another candidate for the code words. Tainisha. I doubt we'll find anything else here. What do you say, Zaira? Shall we go back to the main hall? Good. Come on. Good. Then let's try our luck with these sigils, shall we? You do it. Okay, so we have one word. Now let's take a look at the other tower. Maybe we can find the other one there. More bodies. What in blazes happened here? Now just what the heck was that? Yes, probably, but what is it? That's not an elemental, at least not a common one. Let's just be careful. I don't like this. Oof. Where are you going, Saira? That is not the right way. Just don't take too long, alright? I'll wait here. A barrier. That looks like Starlingcraft to me. Without...
Correct order. It is impossible to banish the barrier, correct?
Yes, my son. And no one apart from us knows the latter.
I see. That I owe you my thanks. We should make a toast. To your Motrolium brandy?
I must confess that I'm no friend to alcohol, but thank you nonetheless. Oh, to places with it. What are we drinking to? Our collaboration?
To our collaboration, and a world free of suffering.
Alright. To our collaboration, and a world free of suffering. Marvelous, really. Between us, Maisa, why the barrier? What do you have up there that 5 arm wides of Northwind stone aren't enough for you?
Something that's very dear to me, and very fragile.
I see. Well, then I can assure you that... blistering blazes. How tired I suddenly am. All that work, it must have gone to my head.
Yes, my sir. You should rest. And forgive me. I will take care of your family. You have my word on that.
What do you mean? I just have to...
I am sorry.
Knowing how it works, we'll have a hard time getting through here. What? You had another vision. Poisoned? Why? Yes, probably, but killing someone just because of that? I thought better of him, really. This must have something to do with the angel, however. Question is, how do we get through here? We don't have that device, whatever it is, and I don't think Dalgalar left the code just laying around somewhere if he was willing to kill someone over it. Let's take a look around. There must be another way. A breach. Maybe we could kill the mechanism that runs the barrier with force? But... wait. Yes, that could work. I snatched a bag of black powder earlier when we carried the barrels up to the gate. I thought it might come in handy. Here, Magistro Jaela gave me this scroll not too long ago. You could use it to throw the pouch through the breach. And a fire arrow will take care of the rest. Good. Now see if you can shoot a fire arrow through the breach so it drops onto the mechanism. Try to shoot from an oblique angle, otherwise the arrow will bounce off in the wrong direction. Try to shoot from an oblique angle, otherwise the arrow will bounce off in the wrong direction. Perfect. Let's hope the fire doesn't spread. Now let's go see what Galgalar wanted to hide so badly. Toys. And what is this blue substance everywhere? Huh. This must have been his daughter's room. Let's take a look around. Look around, Saira. We need to find a clue as to what this code might be. Look around, Saira. We need to find a clue as to what this code might be.
No, please don't eat me. The Vatir eyed him and sneered. Why wouldn't I? You are weak, and I am strong. His voice was coarse like a whisper tree's bark, and... You don't like this story, do you? Of course not. You didn't like it when Mother read it to you either. But do you want to know something, my little starlet? Soon, you'll be warm again. And then there will be no more need for stories. Because you will be able to go out yourself and explore this world on your own 2 feet. I promise you, Maya. I promise you.
The girl was dead, Sierra. She was dead. There, Delgalar's acquisitions. Now guess what else apart from animal bodies he bought heaps of. Dew flowers, lavender, and shadow stem oil. These are the ingredients for the ointments the Chileans use to embalm their dead. As long as it is regularly applied, the process of decay doesn't begin. The Chileans use it to keep a body fresh before sending it to sea, but this... Delgalar bought enough of these ingredients to prepare funeral balm for 6 corpses. And didn't you tell me he ordered his apprentice to get him his salve? Delgalar's daughter wasn't ill when he brought her here, Saira. She was dead. And he used this balm to preserve her like a piece of salted meat. This is horrible. Yes, he wouldn't accept her death and thus lied to his wife. And this device we saw in his laboratory must have been how he intended to resurrect her. But now it all makes sense. This must be the true reason for Delgalar's work on this angel. He must have wanted to use it in order to revive his daughter. At least now we have a good candidate for the code word, Maya. Do you still want to stay here a little longer, or shall we go back to the main hall? Yes, come. Good. Then let's try our luck with these sigils, shall we? You do it. We actually did it. Come on, let's see what's behind there. So this is his sanctum. Unbelievable. Just look at all these books. I wonder how much knowledge is hidden here. So he did let some servants in here after all, even though that didn't save them from their companion's fate. What the? Saira!
Durual Ninto Jaromus. He who is patient always finds a way. I was starting to worry that you two little birdies would never part.
So it wasn't just my imagination.
Yes, you have been followed. Thanks for opening the gates, by the way. That saved us a lot of effort. Quite the feat, I must...
Ah!
Only that... Now look at that. You don't waste any time talking. I like that. Then I'll return the favor.
Kirash, what is this? Let me go, you bastard!
This, my little bird, is mentalism perfected. Because this time, someone was less willing to take risks and decided to send capable soldiers, rather than those idiots from Alt-Rationgrad. Now don't look so grumpy, sweetheart. You're up next. And I promise we'll have just as much fun with you as we'll have with her. The king of the fabled empire of old Aranath, of course. Save yourself the stupid questions, dear. You won't get any answers. Take her, my friends. But careful, understood? I want her alive.
I'll see to that.
The stone, Saira. Find the stone and then run.
Just hold still, honey. You're only making it worse.
No! Get off me! Damn it, get off me! No! Kirash, please, you're making a mistake!
Oh, for fuck's sake, Lambert. Can't you just make her shut up? Finally.
That was a mistake.
I'm sure it was. And now, what the heck?
Didn't I tell you to? For the name of the sun! No, no! No, 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 no! Please, don't!
but you just stood outside in the rain and... I should have been there for you more, Starlet. So much more. But I will make up for it, I swear. Tomorrow. I will heal you. Once you and the stone are connected, you will be able to walk again. And this time, I will be a good father. And that's just for a start. The stone will change you, Maya. It will become a part of you. And it will give you power even the Lightborn can only dream of. The blind will see again if you so choose, and the mute will speak. You will succeed where I have failed, freeing mankind from all its misery. Like an angel. Sorry for the hard stone, but there's no other way. I know, and it might just tickle for a little, but not for long, I promise. Not too little, not too much. Maya, can you hear me?
Daddy?
Maya, you! Oh, my little starlet, you!
I feel dizzy, Daddy. And where's Mommy?
She is at home. You have been very ill, you know that? Very, very ill. But now... Maya, what's wrong?
It burns.
Starlet, what's wrong? What?
Poor little creature. You don't have the slightest idea how special you are, do you, Kalia? I see. How do you think I am? It changes nothing. Yeah, who am I? The failed experiment of a broken man. I'm not sure if that insight was really what I needed. Of course, it helps me to understand the creature inside me. It's a black stone, and it was my father who fused it with my mind. But in the end, all I'm left with are more questions. For example, whether this means that I must bury my hopes for banishing that creature once and for all, or the question of what this veiled woman's role is in all this. It must have been she who set me out in that village, even though she knew of the Blackstone's essence within me and how dangerous it made me. She seems to be the same one you encountered on the ship where your friend died, and the one who made those bandits flee into Old Dothulgrad. Who is she? What are her intentions? I just don't understand, Saira. I don't understand. Still, what burdens me the most is what happened in that library. Can't you figure it out? It was that creature, the it in its completed form. Me without a mask. Please, Saira, I don't want to think about this any more than is necessary. Be thankful you weren't. If you knew how I felt when I killed those mercenaries, you would give me a wide berth, believe me. Such gratification, such ecstasy. I am disgusting. Saira, if you had been there, I would have slaughtered you just like the others. And that... I know, Saira. Rationally, I do. But it doesn't change the fact that I feel repulsive. I will train harder, meditate more often, until I control every single one of my thoughts. That is the only way I will ever be able to fully control it. Now go and take that stone to the temple, Saira. I need some time to myself. Yes? Yes? Only fragments. Shreds of thoughts like the memory of flying above the rooftops in that devastated village. But still, throughout all the time we were in that castle, I had this feeling of familiarity. I guess now I know why. Well, you're asking the wrong person here. I think you are more familiar with that woman than I am. But judging from what you told me, and what she did to me, more and more I get the impression that she tries to channel the course of history. She influences it through single, relatively mundane interventions, like what she did back in the castle. But this is just guesswork, Saira. I don't know. Saira, please. I know you mean well, but to be honest, I don't want to think about this. When all this, the High Ones, the cycle is over, I'll have plenty of time for pondering. Tyrus is my father, and he always will be. Delgalar, he had good intentions, but still, he made me into what I am. He put that stone inside my head and gave birth to that creature. Yeah, I guess he is. I don't know, Saira. Truth be told, I don't know what to think or feel anymore. Just give me some time to process this. Yes, I've thought about that too. You know, I try to imagine what it would be like, meeting her after all these years. I probably wouldn't even know what to say. But even if she is still alive, she probably thinks I'm dead. I'll have to think about this. I'll tell you once I've come to a conclusion. Not really, no. I mean, of course, now I at least know where it comes from and that, well, that its existence isn't my fault. But still, it's there and I'll have to live with it forever. Nothing can change that.
Safely back to me when the red moon casts its light. His ghost travels through the night, through the forest on wind's wings, until
we just got a new delivery of ale.
There she leans before his grave, where their love had once been born, and he caresses her face, yet she feels not his embrace. Dark and red